Hello and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. I am Lord Forwind, here playing, of course, as Communist Maoist China. We're almost ready to start an offense against Japan. We have quite a amount of troops under our command now. We're actually gaining up to 76 divisions. Of course, I have no idea how many troops I have in each division compared to normal China. But we have almost 657,000 troops under arms, so we've got a good chance. Looks like they're actually able to win an offense here, so I might throw my guys into attacking elsewhere. Looks like they've decided it's time to push on in an offense. It would be nice if we can dislodge the Japanese from these territories, but I don't see how we're going to easily do so. But I'm a feeling I'm going to start the offense soon by ordering the divisions to attack. For right now, we'll stay with what we got. Yeah. All these guys should be assigned to that battle plan. Why can't I assign you guys to that order? That's weird. Maybe I have to reorder it all. That would be annoying. Okay. Going to reorder it and draw an offensive line to there. Okay, hopefully that doesn't weaken our defenses in the south too much. Whoops, we actually lost some territory here. Can't have that. They must have attacked while our defenses were weak. That's a problem. Wow, they're throwing a lot of guys into that area. This province, on the other hand, is vulnerable. Oh, they're moving troops to reinforce it. Oh, that's going to be a problem. We gained one province, we lost another province. Not good. Yeah, we lost any and all ability to take that province. Shoot. Oh, Romania was just annexed by Bulgaria? Or did Romania beat Bulgaria? Romania killed Bulgaria. And is going to now fall to fascism. So we'll be on the side of the German Reich, who is currently still losing the war against the communists. Let's see how that war is actually going. Oh, well, it doesn't really show it well. Germans are 99% of it there. Let's see, where's the major nation? The Soviets are winning, it looks like. And the Germans are suffering some nasty casualties due to this fight. On the other hand, the Soviets are losing troops a lot faster than the Germans are. That's going to be a bit of an issue. On the other hand, the Soviets have a much deeper manpower pool than the Germans do. Well, we'll see if the Soviets can actually beat the Germans. That would be a startling change. And the Japanese are getting ready to attack the Americans in the near future. Do I think it's time to attack? I really want to attack, yet at the same time, the longer the war goes on, the better off we are on our own. Really wish we had that fighters researched. Okay, 60 days, then we can get fighters. That would be nice. Our stability has recovered some. Our war support is doing fairly well as well. Ooh, manpower's going down a bit though. Chiang Kai-shek has a lot bigger of a manpower reserve, and he's still only volunteer only. That's amazing. I really wish we had mountaineers? Don't think we do, unfortunately. No, we don't. Okay. On the other hand, we can reform our government a bit more, so let's throw in a silent workhorse to try and balance out that corruption from the opium trade. We'll also get another doctrine. Fast offensives would be a big one because it'll give our infantry, we can put more infantry in a single area. What I really want is the anti-tank guns that are possible to get. That would make a big difference. Okay, we can now do Great War tanks. I think I'm going to focus on light tanks in the scheme of things rather than heavy tanks. Just because of the terrain. Plus we really need something that can go toe-to-toe with the Japanese tanks. Still rebuilding our production capacity for infantry equipment, sadly. And in fact, we're again needing more steel. Keep having to give up our civilian factories to the Soviets to get more. Oops, Greece has joined the Allies as Italy is pushed through the Balkans. Romania is still independent for the moment, but they've gone to the Iron Guard. So they will force abdication. That'll be the end of King Carol. Let's see. Free France is pretty much wiping out Vichy France. Although it looks like Vichy France is actually making a little bit of a comeback. I don't think there's any way to... Is there any way to get up troops through... Alright, I'm looking at this. There doesn't seem to be any way to transfer French troops from the south to the north. It's all red outlined Sahara territory. So, Free France is one in the south, but they're not really winning too well in the north, although they have pushed the Italians back a bit. I would need 34 factories to get another idea tech thing. Whatever. Might as well go for the Central Security Bureau, right? Or purchase tanks. That's tough. For now, I'll do military intelligence. The base 10 stability, just overall stability gives a nice bonus. They were slowly making up our deficit of infantry equipment. 24 more days, or give or take. None of our divisions or anything seem to have gained any experience lately. Oh wait, actually Lin Bao leveled up again. Did he? It says I can give him another trait, but I can't actually give him one. Oh, he's now 5536. Okay. Wish I knew what the Japanese were up to, because right now we're kind of in a stalemate. The war is in the favors of them. Oh, so apparently it counts this as us attacking them. That feels really weird, but okay. Too bad I can't find a way to make China lose to the Japanese and then win it. Yeah, we're currently in an offensive war, which is weird. I thought Japan attacked us. Attrition over time is a problem. We're losing so much just to do sheer attrition up there. Do I want to launch the offensive? Probably. We've pretty much produced enough infantry equipment that we can sustain an offensive for a little while. Once we get a positive, I'll consider it. Because I also have to have enough infantry equipment to start infiltrating the nationalist regions. What do we got here? This is going to be war appropriation? Sure, we'll do that. Let's see how the war in Europe's going. The Soviets are being pushed back? No, it looks like they've actually kind of a stalemate at the moment, it looks like. Let's research improved infantry equipment. As much as I would love to produce more pilots and more fighters and stuff. Delay that a little bit. Make sure we have some planes when the war comes. Oh, looks like Japan's making a break in the south. Okay, that is now time to launch our offensive in the north. While their troops are semi-distracted, we will push forward. We are probably going to lose every single one of these battles. Yep, tides have already turned against us. Shoot. That is not good. Not good at all. Cancel orders. Nice that I can actually both give the order and then cancel it immediately without the end of the world coming. But we can't break through their defenses, and that's annoying. There's a serious issue. How are we doing here? They've got a lot more fighters than we do. I was tempted to try building a anti-air gun in one of these provinces. Well, I think the nationalists should be able to contain the Japanese to the south. Looks like they're already suffering some nasty attrition. At worst comes to worst, the Japanese will shift more troops to the south, which will give us more of an opportunity to attack in the north, hopefully. I just fear we're going to need an armored division to actually break through anything. That and I'm having to shift production away from guns to producing tanks. Alas, that has to happen. Or we do what the Chinese did historically, which was just wait until the Allies got into a war with Japan and then push them out. But you think we'd be able to push them back a bit? I wish there was a way to identify like what their defense is just looking at the map, but there isn't. There we go. The Japanese in the south have been pretty much wiped out. How many troops can they field left? I'm curious. They've lost quite a few troops. About somewhere between 800,000 and 1 million. Okay. Each month we can recruit 4,000 more, but there we are. King Carol has abdicated. The new king is King Michael of Romania, who's not actually in power. Figurehead King Michael. I believe that guy just died recently, which is a shame. The Romanians were all mourning the loss of their last monarch, which I believe was Michael there. I would say the Soviets are losing now. They are being driven out of eastern Poland for sure. Problem is this officers' purge is just going to keep crippling their divisions. True, the Great Patriotic War will help a bit, but at least we can produce some tanks. Although I don't know how much the tanks will be able to help. But we'll produce what we can. I also need to do bombers, apparently. In general, I just don't have enough research ability. I'd really like to take this province, because then that would smooth out this line a lot more, but I doubt I can win that fight. I can throw a lot of troops at it, but yeah, they just are too strong on the defense. For that, almost 1,000 defense. Crazy. I wish I knew why their attack and defense were so strong. Any way for me to determine what they actually have? I know they have support stuff, which is probably part of their issue. Maybe I've got to develop support equipment capabilities. That's probably what has to happen. Oh, the Chinese are not able. Sorry, the Chinese are not able to dislodge the Japanese in the south as well as I thought they were. On the other hand, our troop capacity is just slowly, steadily growing, which is all we need. Although we now have a deficit due to that offensive, that ate up a lot of our military equipment apparently. Plus me shifting production out of it into planes and tanks also has hindered us for the moment. I want the next factor to be working on tanks rather than guns for a while. War propaganda against the Germans? Might as well get full war propaganda going. Oh, if I can do a Prince of Terror at some point. I don't know if that's particularly what I need. Amazing that the Japanese are not winning this war anymore, but they're still quite capable of not letting us kick them out. See, we have almost 500 defense, which is really strong, but I'm almost tempted to pull out of this position, lose that ground, and just defend those 3 rather than trying to defend 4 provinces. Either that or I really should increase some infrastructure to that area. Let's see, where's our supply holdup? Huyan there. Okay. Maybe that's what I'll do for a little while, build an infrastructure right there. Make it so it's 4. Make that so it's 4. It's gonna take forever to build infrastructure, but whoops. More productive, the better. And the less I lose to attrition, the best. That really didn't work English-wise, did it? The better it is overall. They really need to kick them out of this region. They did defend 1 port there, but how is it going plane-wise? We've actually lost a fair amount of our planes over northern China. We did get rid of 1 enemy fighter, but we lost 5 of our own. Okay, well for now I guess I'll focus my defenses on my own lands. That and see how the Soviets are doing. The Soviets are still holding. So there's that. Although they've lost, wow, they've lost almost 1,000,000 men. That is crazy. The Germans, on the other hand, have now shifted to service by requirement, which I don't know if that'll help them. Let's check out the war again. I'm curious. Now it's called the German-Greek War, which is interesting. The Soviets have lost 2.5 million people to the Germans, and the Germans have lost only 480,000 to the Soviets. That is some... I mean, it's historically accurate, but wow. Casualties. Oh, looks like Free France has invaded Marseille and Toulon in the south. Although they still have yet to kick the Italians out of North Africa or Vichy France. So, I bet Vichy France is making a comeback. What's the US up to these days? Arsenal of Democracy. What's their... They're under early mobilization and limited conscription, so they at least have shifted somewhat in the direction of war. Still, in terms of troops, they're pretty low. How are we doing? We have 89 divisions, they have 167, they almost have 180. Wow, they've just been churning out troops lately all of a sudden. That is actually quite worrisome. In some ways, I almost wish I threw my troops down here to help them, but at the same time, I have no wish to take all the casualties that would occur. How are we doing production? 3 a week for tanks, so that'll improve some until we lose it when we get the next tank upgrade. Planes, we're getting 1 a week. Not great, but not terrible. I think we've hit full production on guns. A little bit more stability, the better. Greece has fallen, what a surprise. Let's get some purchased tanks going. We are slowly able to build our own tanks, which is nice, and we're going to get 100 from the Soviets. How are we doing with the infrastructure? Boy, that infrastructure construction is slow. All due to the long march penalty. Construction speed is so low. He's dealing with heavy inflation. That's pretty much it. Still only volunteer only army, which is crazy. They've got extensive conscription. What's the Soviets at? They're at extensive conscription too. The Germans are now still losing manpower. The Russians really need to shift to what is the next one? All adults must serve or something? Service by requirement, which is what we have. Okay, that strengthens that area. Actually, apparently some of our troops are still considered green, which is a problem. The Japanese are fighting severely in the south, though. They do not want to be overrun. No, guy's not going to help too much, but... Okay, we've pretty much maxed out that general. Compared to the Soviets versus the Germans, we're actually able to fight the Japanese better, which is kind of hilarious. Considering how much bigger the Soviets are. They're barely able to defend. At least their officer's purge has gone down a bit, so we can afford it a bit better. Free France is still holding Marseille somehow. I don't see how long they'll be able to hold that, but Free France is also losing versus the Italians in Italy. The British have a little bit of land left in the Middle East, but I don't really know where what they're using their army for. One would think they would have more troops on the field. Uh, 59 to 95 divisions. They've got 162. Germany's almost at 200. Soviets are definitely over 300, but out of manpower. Romania has in fact joined the Axis, but is not in war. They're not in the war, interestingly. Let's upgrade this tank production to that tank. Actually, looking at it, can I create variants? I can create variants on the tanks? Oh, wow. Okay, let's do high reliable. Actually, no. Let's save it, right? Can we improve it on another tank? We can. How far can we improve our tanks? All the way. Wow. Okay. In some ways, it almost doesn't make sense to produce the tanks right now because they're only inferior, but I didn't know I could create variants on the tanks. I know I can create variants on the airplanes, but our planes and stuff are so backwards, it doesn't seem to make much sense to increase that much. Now the Japanese now have tanks in the south. Obviously, it's going to be a lot harder to kick them out. That they have to attack with 9 divisions to even have a hope of beating 3 defenders. Their base value is greater than the base value of the attack. Crazy. At least we're holding up north better. Actually, that's me commanding. This guy's leading the defense. Interesting. Oh, did he just learn a trait Mountaineer? No, he had Mountaineer from the beginning. Interesting. More land appropriation for more factories. In some ways, I should almost focus now down to civilian factories in some ways. Hopefully this infrastructure will help. It'd be annoying if it didn't. So these guys are suffering 13% attrition. Now they're suffering 12% attrition. 1%, I guess. We need a new commander, actually. Okay, well, we'll let those troops build up for a little while. Since I can't actually raise any new commanders. Really wish they could get the Japanese out of the south, though. Mine is considered very risky, superior enemy. Problems all around. Hire a Soviet designer, though, that will help with our armor. And more importantly, we should have almost enough to deploy an armored division. Which would be nice. Definitely need that. But, however, that will be it for this episode, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye for now.